Right, welcome back to our final session of the day. This is a call to action. This is kind of a new twist on what we've been doing with the Tommy Flowers Network sessions at the end of the day. It's about what next. So lots of data, lots of input, lots of panel discussions and such, but what next? So I'd like to introduce Professor Saeema Ahmed-Kristensen, who's the Deputy Director of the DIGITLab, who's going to walk us through that, and then I'll be back at the end of this session to bring this overall session to a close. So Saeema, over to you.
Thank you. Yes, as you've already heard a little bit about DIGITLab through our good colleague, Professor Gerald Parr earlier today, I'm going to focus on what we're actually doing. What are our research questions? What's driving us for the next few years? And how you can get involved with that. So the DIGITLab is a 5-year research center. We're 1 year into that center, so we've got 4 years left. And some of the questions that we have around us are around a lot of this panel discussion that's taking place today. What's the future? The future is about technology, or part of the future is about technology. But in those questions of what this future looks like, we are also interested on the impact on society and the impact on people. People may be the end users, but they're also the employees going through the digital transformations. Part of the journey of technology and products, Michael Porter talks about this move from products to systems of systems. So what we know as a product today may have some intelligence, become smart, may then become connected, then become a system, but then become a system of systems where you have many companies working together. And these pose both opportunities for innovation, but also challenges. How do you resolve data sharing agreements? How do you motivate people to share their data? How can you use this data? And how do you understand the impact on your end users, on their experiences, and those involved throughout the systems? So driven by these, we have a number of questions and work packages around 5 main areas. And we have a number of industry partners. And we have co-created those questions with industry, where we hope to have cases of 4 different areas of sectors: food, construction, profit-tech, and education at the onset. And as this is a 4-year partnership, we may see those evolving over time. So I'm just going to talk about some of those questions that we're looking at. So in the first work package is technology test beds. And this is around understanding, how do you test technology? How can you understand the possibilities and adoption challenges? And what role do technology test beds play, whether they're out of research centers, they're the state of the art, or the state of the practice? And how can we use test beds to understand how technology can be scaled to adoption? How can we just heard about the chaos monkey testing in Netflix, but what else do we need to do in test beds to understand how we scale and adopt technology that arises from research centers in the UK or around the world? So these are some of the questions that work package 1 is looking at, but also looking at industry to see what are the successful patterns of how digital technology is adopted. In our second work package, we try to understand, how do you actually create value? So you may adopt digital technology, but this results in a need of new types of business models. And what are these main business models? What are the challenges in business model innovation? And what are the approaches to create the appropriate model for the appropriate context? So part of this is work package 2, and we're particularly focusing on the shift of selling a product to selling a service. We hope to produce, by the end of the 4 years, some business model tools, probably a set of business models with open access tools in there. Work package 3 brings together skill sets of management and also understanding responsible innovation. So there are 2 different aspects in here, where the organizational structure of large enterprises need to adapt and change to understand what is the best way to create digital technology or adopt digital technology, and what is the type of workplace transformation needed. I mean, particularly, we're working in a hybrid environment. What is the impact of that, for example, on organizational structures? And we hope to produce from here some responses and answers to what are ideal organizational structures for that context. Work Package 4 brings together psychology and computer science to understand the impact of digital technology on and transformation producing digital technology on employees. So the work is both quantitative and qualitative, looking at wearables to collect data to understand how and when employees may become stressed, and also collecting contextual information, which can later be used to develop a way to intervene. So how can we support individuals in their well-being through using digital technology, and particularly employees? And the final work package is on digital innovation, which is focusing really around data-driven innovation, data-driven decision-making, and data-driven design. There's a wealth of data that's possible. And as we move to working between organizations and connected systems, questions appear about new needs of methods, design methods, processes, transformation processes, a new understanding of the impact of how digital technology can be adopted to inform the design of the next generation of products and services. We're particularly interested in understanding how we consider the human in the loop within here. And again, the perspectives here are multidisciplinary, with both engineering design, computational methods being used, and understanding design cognition. How do humans need to access information? We hope to produce tools that will support data-driven design in particular contexts, whether it supports organization in personalizing products, creating more sustainable products and systems, or creating the decision-making tools. And we hope that we can understand how this knowledge can be embedded within digital twins of the future. So those are our main work packages and our current questions. And we have different people leading across our partners on each of the work packages. So for you to engage, we have a number of different ways where academics and industry can engage. For industry, we have Digit Fellows. So we have people representing cross industry working with us and sharing their experiences together on digital transformation, plus bringing insight of their sector to us while we bring insight of research. We have industry who also are partners in our projects and collaborators, but we're also always looking for new possible cases. So if any of those topics are relevant, please get in touch. For academics and industry, we're running a set of seminars. So we've had one to date and a second that is due next week. And these are across a multidisciplinary approach here, all around digital transformation. So the first has been about measuring digital transformation maturity, and the second is around a service perspective. But we will bring different perspectives into here. So if you wish to speak or you would like to attend, please get in contact. We're also looking for academics to contribute. So we have a concept that we call impact fellows or impact residencies, where we invite academics from other institutions or our own to join DIGITLab for a period of time, where you could also share your research insights with the team and our wider audience, but join us in solving some of these challenges that we have. You can also collaborate directly on papers or research cases. And you can be in contact either with myself or Alan Brown, or any member of our team that's leading the work package. And the best place to look through that is on the website. Thank you.
Saeema, thank you very much for that input. I think there's huge potential here in terms of a wide variety of areas. And I think as we've seen today, this is a big topic. And so any input, collaboration, I think for me, is the kind of key to this at the end of the day. So thank you very much for that. So this brings us to the end of today's session. Huge amounts of things to think about. So I guess, Carol, do you have any specific takeaways from today's session that you'd like to add?
Thanks, Mike, I do. And just as you just said, this is a big topic. And I think I hadn't appreciated perhaps just how big it was at the beginning of the day and just how many problems there are. But like so many of these kinds of big problems, it's very much an interdisciplinary problem to solve. So it's not just going to be solved by the technology, the business side of things, the people side of things, all need to come together to make this happen. And I'm really interested to hear what some of our speakers tomorrow are going to say about their own experiences and where they are on their own digital transformation journey.
Great, thank you very much. So just as a reminder for tomorrow's session, we're kicking off at 9:55. It's about delivering impact on digital transformation, and we've got speakers from BT, Zotis, the National Audit Office, Thales, SAP. So once again, it should be a really fascinating session. Another really good panel session tomorrow as well. This is where we're going to try to make, where the rubber hits the road in terms of how does this whole transformation thing work at the end of the day. So on that note, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much to the speakers and panelists today, and hopefully we'll see all of you again tomorrow. Thank you very much.